Hello, I'm Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com. And I wanted to tell you today why 97% of teenagers in a survey by the British Red Cross have said that they would really like to learn first aid. The same survey estimated that over 532,000 young teenagers have had to cope with a friend who's been horrendously drunk. They've either been being sick, they've injured themselves, or they've been unconscious. And the teenagers have felt totally out of their depth. In addition, about a quarter of teenagers have had to cope with a friend who's had an asthma attack. A third have had friends with head injuries. They've had to experience friends who are choking. And the survey went on to say that 44% of those panicked, 46% of them didn't have a clue how to help, and overall, at the end, from this survey, 97%, so a huge, overwhelming figure, felt that they would really like to know these skills so that they felt far more confident should something happen. I mean, teenagers are our big risk takers. They are fighting for their independence. They're out having a great time. They usually haven't got an adult with them. They are with friends who very often have longer term conditions such as asthma, or they may be anaphylactic, or they may be diabetic. And as teenagers, they find it much harder to cope with those, and they may be skipping medication and things in order to have a far more teenage style life, but that also puts them at risk and means that their friends have to step up if there's a problem. They're far more likely to have head injuries. They go on these fabulous post-exam celebrations and holidays, and and I know my son has been on some incredible holidays with groups of friends where they've done stuff that is not sensible. Things like the temptation to dive off rocks. You can equip them with the skills to know that you jump in first. You recognise that there could be a depth issue. You recognise that there could be some rocks submerged under the water, and you just emphasise to them that things can happen without scaring them, but they can do all these things, but do them in a much safer way, and help them to know how to help should something happen. The danger of them fueling each other on to do more risky behaviour, it's very teenage. You're also sending them off to uni and college where they're going to be fending for themselves and they're going to be on their own. So I would urge you strongly to give them a 3-hour first aid course that will give them basic skills to be much more confident should something happen, and far more risk aware. It also looks great if they're babysitting, if they're working in sports first aid. Looks good on the UCAS and the university application forms, and it's a really sensible life skill. You never know, they could be saving your life as well. So strongly urge you to either sign them up for an online course, which is great for their Duke of Edinburgh too, or book onto one of our practical courses where we will gauge who is there, make sure it's tailored and relevant, and one of our medical health or emergency services professionals can either teach an open course which they can attend as individuals, or we can go to one of your homes and teach a group of them together before they go on those holidays, before they go off on their first festivals, just to make sure that they come home safe and sound. That's Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com.